Hey guys, I put together a video here of all of our handstand walking progressions. This is a skill we've spent a lot of time this month of July working on, so I've laid out all the drills in order of progression. Basically, you should not be moving on to the next skill until you become very comfortable and proficient with the first. So basic stuff is our first movement is getting used to the movement of our hands. So the drill we instituted a couple weeks ago of dragging the ball in this push-up position seemed like a goofy drill, but the reason was we were learning how to engage our abs and our quads while we moved our hands. So this is like step one, doing this skill and doing some basic bear crawls. Good ab workout, but again, we're learning how to engage different parts of our body. Okay, next is the around the world drill on our box. Again, we want to get into the highest pike possible, moving those hands, again, simulating just getting used to being upside down and walking on those hands. So if we go back, again, simple drill, okay? You could do this at home on your couch. Again, we want to get into, let's back it up some. We want to get into as vertical a position as we can so that we can get used to what it's like being upside down and practicing moving our hands, just getting used to that position. Okay, next is the wall climb. Now, wall climb is something we've done for a long time, but it is a drill that will help us with our handstand walk. One, again, we're working on building up the strength to handstand walk. We're building up the confidence to be upside down. Again, it's just moving our hands as we move our body. Another good reason to use this drill is just practicing being upside down and getting comfortable coming down. So wall climbing up and getting used to falling down to the ground without completely crashing. Again, it seems kind of silly, but it's something that we're going to have to be used to if we're handstand walking. We're going to come down, and are we comfortable without getting hurt crashing to the floor? So as we work on our wall climbs, right, we're moving those hands just like we would, getting comfortable being completely up. Can I work on keeping my body as vertical as possible? And the walk down is just as important in our wall climb as the walk up. Again, it's just body control and building up the strength to do the movement. Okay, so we don't just want to climb up and always fall down. We also want to work on controlling our body as we walk down the wall. Okay, now we're going to start to kick up. The first stage is just kicking up and hanging out in free space. Kicking up, trying to keep our feet as light on the wall as possible. We don't want to just kick up, boom, 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 falling into the wall, right? We want to work on this position where my eyes are focused on the floor. I have a slight, that's not the one I want. We have a slight curvature of our spine, right? We're getting used to starting to have this bend back position. And with our feet, right, we're trying our best to try to keep them off the wall. Again, just getting comfortable being upside down and not dependent on the wall. Another big one that we want to focus on when we're doing this is our butt. Our butt should not be leaned up against the wall because we're not going to want that position when we walk either. So just kicking up, getting used to being upside down. Can I hold myself? Learning to start to balance on my hands, being strong in the shoulders. And again, just getting comfortable being up in that position. The next stage is the same thing, kicking up. Again, still feeling comfortable, but now can I start to just move my hands slightly here and there, not going anywhere, but again, being upside down, trying not to let my body fall into the wall, and just move my hands around, starting the process of moving, okay? Now we're going to venture off the wall, okay? And now we just start to work on free space. Not moving yet, just kicking up, trying to find our balance, okay, getting used to kicking up and coming down without a major crash, just getting balance, getting used to being upside down in free space. When we did our handstand walk workout last week, a couple of you were at this stage, and every time we kicked up, we got a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more comfortable. Again, this is a skill that we all have. It's just kind of getting our head out of the way, and let's get comfortable in free space. Okay, next we're going to head back to the wall, and now we're ready to move those hands even more. So we're going to get in our position, okay, light on the wall, eyes are focused on the floor between our hands, okay, trying to keep our butt off the wall. And now we're just going to lift those hands up off the floor, up and down, trying to get them high so that we get comfortable being on one hand kind of at a time. So start small, right? Small little lifts off the ground with those hands, and then build up to going higher and higher. Now we get into the PVC work with a partner. Okay, there's a couple things that we want to work on when we do this. One is just getting used to that fall forward position. When you get used to this drill, your partner is going to have to be there to catch you. You got to get used to letting those legs fall forward a little bit, because when we do walk forward, we're going to want that position where our body's kind of in a curve so that the gravity's kind of pulling me forward as I move. So when we start with our partner, yeah, we're kicking up and we're banging into those that pole, and that's why they're there to catch us. So building up confidence to do it and just kind of getting used to that body position. After we get used to doing that, notice we're not moving yet, we're just getting used to it. Now we're going to try and kick up and not have as much of a bang into the pole. And can I move my hands around? Again, back just like that wall drill, I'm not moving anywhere, I'm just getting used to the body position. Okay, a little bit less support because now we have a pole, and moving my hands. And then finally getting used to walking with my support system being the PVC. It's not pretty yet, but again, it's just the process of starting. Okay, we've done all that work to now. All right, now we moved on to lateral walks, so we're getting more comfortable upside down. So kicking up in free space, and instead of just moving our hands up and down, now we're moving them side to side. So again, we're working on this position. I got a slight curve in my body. Okay, my eyes are focused to the floor, and I'm just moving those hands side, working right, come down, working left. Personally, when I was learning handstand walk, this was the drill that took me from going 4 or 5 feet to 20 feet all of a sudden, because I got used to balancing myself when I would start to shift right or left, which was my kind of biggest issue. So this was a drill that kind of took me to the next level. And now, kind of finally, our last wall drill is the walk-intos. Now, this is a good drill. Again, you don't want to jump into this drill until you've really mastered all those other ones. But what we're going to do is we're going to kick up, 3 or 4 feet away from the ball, and we're going to let our feet fall into the wall as we start to walk. We do that, then we're going to back up a little bit, maybe halfway of the mat, walk into the wall. We get comfortable with that. We're going to back up even more, maybe 3/4 of the way, and walk into the wall, letting my feet catch me. Why this is such a great drill, again, it's kind of a mind over matter drill. I know the wall is there. Again, between the side lateral walks and this drill, these were the two that took me, like I said, from 5 feet to 20 to 30 feet, building up that confidence, knowing that I can let my feet fall forward, and if I let it go too far, the wall is going to catch me. So again, starting a couple feet away, backing up. Once I'm comfortable, maybe halfway from the mat, finding my balance, walking into the wall, and eventually walking farther and farther. The last step is let's take it to the floor. Now, I know I'm just like you guys with a lot of things. I want to be able to go from step 1 to step 50 and be able to do a skill, but it's a progression. Now it's just getting used to walking on our hands in free space. And what I say is take it a square at a time. Get used to kicking up. Can I move a couple feet and come down comfortably? And not move a couple feet and crash to the floor. That's not being successful at handstand walking. Being successful is, can I kick up and stop myself and come down? So if we were in a workout and I needed to go 5 or 10 feet for a rep, it's not going to help me to walk and just crash, right? I'm going to be able to conserve some energy by, oh, I made a rep, I need a break, knowing how to kind of come down. So just start with a square. Can I go that far? Maybe then once I build a confidence up, I can do 4 feet. Oh, now I'm working up to 6 feet, getting good at that. I don't want to be able to just hope that I can do it. I want to know, can I kick up? All right, I'm good at 2 feet, all right? Do that over and over again, and then eventually I'll kick up. Hey, now I'm good at 6 feet. Then you'll say one day, oh, I'm good at 10 feet. Okay, and just kind of building it up, layering it, and then eventually you've done all this skill work. You're used to being side to side. You're used to being upside down. One day it's going to kind of all come together, and you're going to be used to it. When you're upside down, walking on your hands, you don't want to be thinking about things. You want your body just to react. What I've noticed is ever since really working on that side-to-side drill and that walking into the wall drill, I've gotten much more comfortable pausing in midair, getting used to being upside down, and it kind of all comes together. So, and this long list of drills, like I said, master one, move on to the next. Don't go from A to Z. You're not going to be able to go from A to Z, but just work on it day to day. Okay, this is something you can work on at the gym. These are all things you can work on at home. You go on vacation, all right? All you need is open space to kind of work on it. But it does come with time. You're not going to be able to go 2 feet to 50 feet in one day. You just have to layer it on and keep working on those drills. Maybe pick one drill a week and say, all right, I'm going to work on just wall climbs this week. And then the next week, okay, I'm really good at that. I'll move on to the next, and so on and so forth. So save this video, keep referring back to it, and you'll be walking far before you know it.